Souhegan High School, a place where you address your teachers by their first names. The term hall monitor doesn't exist. You can get up and out of your class whenever you feel like it. You can eat lunch wherever you want. You can leave the campus whenever you want if you're old enough and have good enough grades. There's a 10-minute break for all students during the day. There's no school bells. There's nice soft carpet everywhere. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. This is a functioning school? How could teachers get any respect being called by their first names? Young adults can actually learn and be responsible in this kind of environment? Actually, yes, we thrive in it. Souhegan High School is a small oasis in a desert of misguided and controlling traditional schools. It all started in 1990 when citizens of the towns of Amherst and Mount Vernon, New Hampshire decided to create a new school for their growing populations. They agreed to build a cooperative school and open the doors in 1992. Souhegan was born. The superintendent at the time, Dr. Richard Lally, along with the school board, found the perfect candidate for principal in Dr. Robert Mackin. Both Lally and Mackin had always dreamt of starting their own school for the 21st century. Mackin and a team of 5 individuals got together to plan out what they wanted their school to look like. There was Allison Rowe as the Humanities Division Coordinator, Dan Basacchio in charge of Math, Science, and Technology, Kim Carter as the head librarian, and Nancy Baker as the administrative assistant. The team began planning August of 1991.
I was part of the original planning team. I would say most teachers have a dream to start a school, and this was an incredible opportunity to join 4 other people and become part of a team to design and develop and implement a school for the 21st century.
I'd always dreamed of starting my own school based on this free school stuff. Well, I was one of 50 who helped start Souhegan.
The analogy I often use is that just imagine you're on a boat going through uncharted waters, okay, with the additional challenge of building the boat at the same time. And so that's what it felt like.
It was really exciting to be on the ground floor of a new school.
It was absolutely the high point of my professional career.
We were unorganized in the beginning.
There were times when we were absolutely out of control.
It was crazy because we were making it up as we went along. You'd walk down the hallway and somebody would say, "Oh, I have a good idea," and you'd instantly do it.
For me personally, I was thrilled.
They did a nationwide search for teachers. So they had applicants from all over the country. So there were people that were here from, the West, and people were from Chicago, and, they had people from all over the country come here to teach here.
We did a whole month of August, which the 50 faculty planning team, we all began to really sculpt out what we were hoping for the school culture to be, academic rigor.
Wow, those 3 weeks were amazing. First of all, that they actually dedicated the resources to that, to bringing together a diverse group of people who had never worked before.
It was very upbeat, very idealistic.
It was like going to school for teachers, where they sort of explained to you what the coalition idea was all about. They did these sort of team-building activities. John Dowd did trust falls, which, intimidated some people.
And the building wasn't finished. I don't know if anybody else has told you that, but so we were pretty much sequestered in what is the original cafeteria over in the main building.
I remember Marcy said, there's no way I'm doing a trust fall. And she ended up doing one anyhow.
I can remember every day I'd just go in and check my mailbox. Oh, there's my name, I still belong, because something concrete. So going to my mailbox was the most concrete part of my day.
There was a lot of work to get that group to gel and to buy into the whole idea of the coalition.
I think that first summer, that month in August, was crucial in getting us started.
The team began planning August of 1991 and set out to create certain givens that Souhegan would have. The most reputable givens that still exist today include a community council with a student voice, the Souhegan Six, FangFest, student inclusion, and a clear mission to drive the school. First came the mission statement. Souhegan High School aspires to be a community of learners born of respect, trust, and courage. We consciously commit ourselves to support and engage in individuals' unique gifts, passions, and intentions, to develop and empower the mind, body, and heart, to challenge and expand the comfortable limits of thought, tolerance, and performance, and to inspire and honor the active stewardship of family, nation, and globe.
Our freshmen can still quote from it. We still use it. The last thing that you'll be asked to do as a senior is to reflect one more time on the mission statement and how you've used it well over the 4 years.
Community Council. Community Council consists of 45 elected members, 25 students, and 20 adults who govern all school affairs. Early on, students were just as responsible for molding Souhegan as staff were through Community Council.
And the guy that was the first dean of students had said this once: "We're not going to have any rules here that we don't all agree on." So we didn't have any rules. Community Council came up as a way of us getting together to have this discussion on rules, like what are the rules going to look like. Amherst and Mount Vernon kids came up with a rule book that was based on Milford, and it was tough rules. I mean, it was really tough. You know, you have to have a hall pass. It was like the stuff they were used to. And they said they remembered that at the first meeting, I looked at the rule book. I said, "Boy, this is a bunch of crap." In the early days, you had very tough kids on Community Council. Seniors got together, the senior reps, and wanted senior parking, because I guess they had that at Milford. And we had this big discussion on privilege, like why should you guys get the privilege of? And the senior goes, "Well, it's because it's already been established. There's faculty parking." So we go to vote, and we vote down senior parking. So the seniors come back with a proposal to get rid of faculty parking. So getting rid of faculty parking wins. So we have like what the students refer to as anarchy parking. First come, first serve. You get any parking space you want in the whole school. And the faculty hated that idea, right? So the faculty come up with a proposal to put back faculty parking. And the seniors tack on senior parking to the proposal. Just like they do in the Senate, you know. And that's how senior parking came in. When faculty parking got reinstated, senior parking was tacked to it.
The first task Community Council had to face was to create a set of rules for the school. In the end, they agreed to the Souhegan 6.
The rules, we had a Souhegan 7, are general, because that's what people could agree to. That sort of general framework.
You know, the Souhegan 6, I think, was originally the Souhegan 5. And even then, when we were the Souhegan 5, I always wanted us to be the Souhegan 1. In thinking that, you know, we can wrap it all up in saying that if you're respectful to yourself, to others, and to a place, okay, that would cover everything.
Respect and encourage the right to teach and the right to learn at all times. Be actively engaged in learning. Ask questions, collaborate, and seek solutions. Be on time to fulfill your daily commitments. Be appropriate. Demonstrate behavior that is considerate of the community, the campus, and yourself. Be truthful. Communicate honestly. And finally, be responsible and accountable for your choices. Then there's advisory. Advisory is a program that has stayed rock solid since the beginning. Groups of 9 to 13 students meet daily with a staff advisor who actively supports their personal and academic growth. Alan Gordon, a longtime guidance counselor here, was responsible for molding the program to make it individual to Souhegan.
Part of our work in those 10 days was to work with staff to identify a purpose for the program and design the program. The purpose for the program turned out to be very simply knowing kids well, and also kind of an indirect goal, learning how to function in a group.
Oh, I think my favorite things are advisory, even though it terrified me to think about being an advisor at first. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. But it, you know, with the training and it kind of works out, because it's part homeroom, part advisor, and just making sure that you communicate with parents.